Kimbella has finally broken her silence. And trust me, you won't believe what she's revealed. After years of tolerating rumors, betrayal, and emotional turmoil, the moment Kimbella finally spoke out, the world was rocked by what she said. Juelz Santana, the man she stood by, the man she fought for, was caught in a shocking scandal that left Kimbella heartbroken and fuming. And it all started when she caught him with his ex in the most devastating way imaginable. This isn't just another rumor. This is the truth straight from Kimbella herself. No holds barred. What happened when she found Juelz with his ex? It wasn't just betrayal, it was an utter humiliation. For years, Kimbella has put up with the highs and lows of their relationship, but this latest incident was the breaking point. The truth about what happened next will leave you speechless, and it's only the beginning of a storm that's about to hit the public eye. So stay tuned. The shocking twist you're about to hear is nothing short of dramatic, and trust me, you'll want to know everything. Kimbella and Juelz Santana have been one of the most publicly scrutinized couples in the entertainment industry. Their relationship, a mixture of passion, drama, and public chaos, has kept fans on the edge of their seats for years. If there's one thing we know about Kimbella, it's that she has always been loyal to Juelz, despite the countless obstacles that have come their way. Kimbella Vanderhee, a name that many associate with reality TV, controversy, and undeniable beauty, first entered the public eye through her role on Love and Hip Hop New York. Known for her fierce personality and sometimes heated confrontations, Kimbella became one of the most talked-about stars of the show. But what most people didn't know was the private hell she was living through behind the scenes, especially when it came to her relationship with rapper Juelz Santana. Juelz, born Laren Lewis James, was once a celebrated figure in the hip-hop world. As a member of the Diplomats and a successful solo artist, he was known for his distinctive voice and the swagger that came with his fame. But his personal life, it's been anything but smooth sailing. From rumors of cheating to legal issues, his relationship with Kimbella became a tabloid sensation. Yet, despite all of that, Kimbella stood by him. Through every scandal, every heated argument, every betrayal, she remained loyal. But that loyalty was tested time and time again. There was the infamous moment on Love and Hip Hop when Kimbella confronted Chrissy Lampkin, the fiancée of her ex, Jim Jones, over a bitter dispute. That moment marked her as fierce, someone who would fight for what she wanted. But little did viewers know, Kimbella's real battle was always with Juelz. The cheating rumors were constant. There were whispers of him being disloyal during their relationship, but Kimbella kept her head high and her feelings under wraps. Fast forward to the present, and Kimbella and Juelz are in a seemingly stable place. They've overcome their past, struggles, or so it appeared, but nothing could have prepared Kimbella for the shock that was about to rock her world. Juelz, her partner, her confidant, her man, was seen publicly with his ex-girlfriend, and Kimbella was forced to confront the unimaginable. The question that kept echoing in her mind was, after everything we've been through, how could he do this to me? Kimbella's response to seeing Juelz with his ex wasn't just a moment of betrayal, it was a wake-up call. In a world where reality TV and personal lives collide, Kimbella's choice to remain silent for so long made the eventual outburst even more shocking. She was always the one to hold back, to keep things private. Until now, it was clear that this time was different. Kimbella had had enough, and the world would soon find out exactly how deep the wounds ran. Her silence was broken in the most dramatic and devastating way possible. It all began on what seemed like a normal day. But for Kimbella, everything would change when she discovered the devastating truth. What started as a typical afternoon soon spiraled into a chaotic scene that would shake the foundation of her relationship with Juelz Santana forever. Kimbella had always been aware of Juelz's past relationships. She knew he had a history, just like anyone else. But there was a line that she never thought he would cross. That line was crossed in the most humiliating way possible, and right in front of her. It all started when Kimbella logged onto her Instagram to check her feed, like she does every day. But instead of the usual photos and videos, what popped? Up on her screen was something that made her stomach drop. A picture of Juelz. But this wasn't just any photo. This was a photo of him with his ex-girlfriend, the one woman from his past that Kimbella had always feared could still have a hold on him. It was clear that this wasn't just a casual interaction. They weren't talking, they weren't simply taking a friendly picture. The way they were standing together, the look in their eyes, told a completely different story. It wasn't just a friendly meetup. This was intimate, and it was impossible for Kimbella to ignore the painful truth. Juelz had been hiding something from her. The emotions hit her like a ton of bricks. She was angry, hurt, but most of all, she was betrayed. The picture was posted publicly by his ex, a woman Kimbella had always felt threatened by, and when the caption read, "Old flames never die," that was the moment Kimbella's heart sank. Her worst fears were coming true. Juelz was still seeing her. Her mind raced. How long had this been going on? Was she really just another convenient option for Juelz while he maintained this secret connection with his ex? Had all of their makeups been nothing but a cover-up for a deeper lie? The pain of betrayal hit harder when Kimbella realized something else. She wasn't the only one who saw this picture. The public did. Juelz's fans, his friends, and industry insiders were all watching this unfold on social media, and Kimbella knew she couldn't just stay silent any longer. In a fury of emotion, Kimbella quickly took to Instagram Live. No filters, no holding. Back. The world watched as she streamed, her face red with anger and frustration. I sacrificed everything for this man, and this is how I'm repaid? By finding out through social media that my man is out here with his ex like nothing ever happened? She raged, her voice shaking with the intensity of her feelings. She went on to call out Juelz directly. I gave up my career, my privacy, and my peace of mind for this relationship, and what do I get in return? Disrespect, betrayal, and the worst part is, he thinks I'm stupid enough to just let it slide. She paused, her tears starting to form. This time, I'm done. But just when it seemed like things couldn't get any worse, the first twist dropped. Kimbella's live stream suddenly cut out, only to be replaced by a new post, this time from Juelz's official Instagram. And it wasn't just any post, it was a video that would turn everything on its head. In the video, Juelz appeared calm, almost too calm. He sat in a dimly lit room, dressed casually, looking directly into the camera as though he was about to address something serious. But what he said was nothing short of shocking. I know you saw the picture, Kimbella, and I know you're hurt. But you don't know the whole story. I wasn't with her like you think, Juelz began, his voice surprisingly soft. That picture wasn't meant for the world to see. It was a mistake, a momentary lapse. The truth is, I've been going through something personal, and I wasn't sure how to tell you, but I'll tell you now. I've been talking to my ex because I was trying to figure some things out. I was never going to hide it from you. I'm sorry for the way it came out. The words hit Kimbella like a slap to the face. She listened to Juelz's explanation, but something about his tone didn't sit right. How could he be so calm about something so devastating? Was he really sorry, or was this just another attempt at damage control? Kimbella's response to Juelz's video was swift. She took to social media again, this time posting a searing message. You've had your fun, Juelz. You think I'm supposed to just forgive you? No, this isn't just about one photo. This is about everything. The lies, the deceit, the games you've been playing. You thought I'd be your fool forever, but I'm done. And when I'm done, I'm done. The situation was now spiraling out of control. Fans, friends, and even industry figures started weighing in. Was Kimbella overreacting? Was Juelz telling the truth? Or was this just another lie? Then, the plot thickened even further. Leaked messages from Juelz's ex-girlfriend started making their way across the internet. These weren't just any messages. They were texts that indicated Juelz had been playing both sides for months, juggling Kimbella and his ex under the guise of sorting things out. The text even included a cryptic message from the ex saying, "This is bigger than just us. Don't let Kimbella find out." The realization hit hard. Juelz had been lying to both women, keeping them in the dark while playing them against each other. The first twist was shocking, but this was nothing short of explosive. Kimbella's worst fears weren't just real, they were worse than she ever imagined. After the explosive reveal from Juelz's ex, the drama didn't just simmer down, it exploded into a full-blown public frenzy. What seemed like a simple betrayal from Juelz had now spiraled into a full-blown scandal, with Kimbella at the center of it all.
At first, the fans were divided. Some sided with Kimbella, rallying behind her in the wake of what was clearly emotional manipulation by Juelz. They couldn't believe how he could have treated her this way, especially after everything they had been through together. Others, however, began defending Juelz, insisting that Kimbella was overreacting, that it was just a misunderstanding, that he was just sorting things out with his ex. But the real twist came when a shocking video surfaced, this time from Kimbella herself. It was filmed late at night, after a day filled with emotional outbursts, social media rants, and what seemed like final goodbyes. Kimbella stood in front of the camera, her eyes swollen from crying, her face a mask of anger and hurt. The weight of everything that had happened was clearly weighing on her, but what she said next was nothing short of a bombshell. "I've been silent for so long, but I can't stay quiet anymore. I've been betrayed, and not just by Juelz, but by everyone around me," she started, her voice shaky but strong. "You think you know the truth? You don't. What I'm about to reveal, it's going to change everything." Kimbella wasn't just talking about Juelz anymore. She wasn't just airing out their relationship problems or talking about his ex. No. What she said next would flip the entire narrative on its head. She pulled out her phone and showed the camera a series of text messages. At first, it seemed like just more of the same. Texts from Juelz, apologizing, begging for forgiveness. But as the camera zoomed in on one message, Kimbella's voice cracked. "Look at this," she whispered. "You all think Juelz is the bad guy, but this is bigger than him. I just found out something beyond what anyone could imagine. These messages aren't just from Juelz. They're from someone in his camp. Someone he trusted. Someone he was working with." The bombshell Kimbella dropped next left everyone speechless. According to the leaked texts, it wasn't just Juelz playing her. There was someone else involved. A well-known industry figure, someone with major influence in the music world, had been secretly manipulating both Kimbella and Juelz. The messages revealed how this person had been feeding Juelz false information about Kimbella, encouraging him to keep her in the dark about his ex, and using the situation to control the narrative. This wasn't just about Juelz anymore. This was a coordinated attack. And Kimbella was at the heart of it all. As Kimbella continued to read through the messages, the full extent of the conspiracy began to sink in. This was no random affair. This wasn't just a lover's quarrel gone wrong. This was an orchestrated effort to break them apart, to manipulate Juelz's emotions, and to use Kimbella as a pawn in a much larger game. "I've been played from the very beginning," Kimbella said, her voice barely a whisper. "And I have the proof." She then revealed a series of voice notes that were sent to Juelz from this mystery industry figure. The voice notes were calculated and chilling. "You need to stay close to your ex," the voice in the recording said. "Kimbella's too much of a distraction. You've got bigger things ahead. She's holding you back." The mystery figure went on to say things that sounded eerily like they were coming from someone who wanted to ruin Kimbella's life. "Keep her in the dark about your ex. Make her feel crazy. It'll make things easier in the long run." The realization hit Kimbella like a ton of bricks. She wasn't just a victim of Juelz's betrayal. She had been manipulated by someone much more powerful. Someone behind the scenes was pulling the strings, using her pain for their own gain. Kimbella immediately took to social media to expose this new twist. The reaction was immediate. Fans were shocked, with some even calling it a setup. "So Juelz wasn't the only one lying?" one follower wrote. "This is way bigger than just him." But not everyone was on her side. Juelz's camp quickly fired back with their own statements. They claimed that Kimbella was trying to deflect from the real issue at hand, Juelz's infidelity. They argued that Kimbella was using this conspiracy theory as a way to cover up her own actions. But there was more to the story. Kimbella's phone started buzzing with notifications. As her latest post gained millions of views, a major celebrity stepped into the fray. It was a high-profile female artist, someone who had been a close friend of Kimbella's, who dropped a stunning revelation. According to her, Kimbella wasn't the only one who had been played by this mystery figure. Other women in the industry had been manipulated in similar ways by the same person. In the coming hours, the internet was set ablaze with speculation. Who was this mystery figure pulling the strings? Was this a powerful executive, a prominent record producer, or someone else entirely? Fans and industry insiders alike were desperate to find out who was behind this grand conspiracy. As the drama continued to unfold, Kimbella made one thing clear. She wasn't backing down. "I don't care who's behind this," she said in a final, tear-filled Instagram post. "I'll expose everything. No one is going to control my life anymore." The stakes had never been higher. The drama was far from over, and Kimbella had just revealed the tip of the iceberg. As soon as Kimbella's shocking reveal went viral, the internet went into an absolute meltdown. Fans, celebrities, and even people completely uninvolved in the drama had opinions. Everyone had something to say about the bombshells she dropped, and the drama spread like wildfire across social media platforms. First, let's talk about the fans. The moment Kimbella posted the voice notes and the leaked texts, the floodgates opened. Twitter exploded with tweets like, "I knew something wasn't right with Juelz," and "Kimbella deserves so much better than this." Fans rallied behind her, calling out Juelz and demanding to know who was behind this conspiracy. The hashtag, Kimbella deserves better, quickly gained traction, with thousands of people showing their support for her. But of course, not everyone was on her side. A significant portion of the fan base immediately began defending Juelz. "Kimbella is doing this for attention," one fan tweeted. "She's just mad Juelz doesn't want her anymore." This created a bitter divide. Kimbella's supporters were loud, but Juelz's fans were equally fierce in their defense of him. The internet was now splitting into two fierce camps, with heated debates and accusations flying everywhere. Even celebrity accounts weren't shy about throwing in their 2 cents. It didn't take long before industry giants and A-list celebrities started chiming in. Cardi B, known for her raw and unfiltered opinions, wasted no time in posting a series of tweets about the situation. She began with, "I don't know what happened behind closed doors, but public betrayal like this is a different level of disrespect. Kimbella deserves the truth." She went on to say that people often forget how damaging it can be to publicly drag someone through a scandal like this, especially when there's a bigger conspiracy at play. Fans went wild with her support, retweeting and commenting in droves. But it wasn't just Cardi who stepped in. Megan Thee Stallion, who had been friends with Kimbella for years, took to Instagram stories to post a shocking message. "I'm not with the games. Juelz is dead wrong for this. No one should have to go through this kind of pain on display for the world." The post had thousands of likes in minutes, and fans were left stunned at her bluntness. On the other hand, a big-name producer who worked with Juelz in the past, Swizz Beatz, jumped onto Instagram with a cryptic post that many fans found highly suspicious. It read, "People think they know the truth but don't understand the game. Stay humble and learn the difference between loyalty and manipulation." The message was vague, but it was enough to get people talking. Was this a subtle jab at Kimbella? Or was he calling out someone else in the industry? Then came the most shocking reaction of all. A major record executive, someone with ties to both Juelz and Kimbella's past, posted a public statement. It read, "What's happening between Kimbella and Juelz is more than just personal. This is bigger than both of them. The truth is more complicated than what you're seeing, and if we're being honest, both of them have been played by the people closest to them. The full story is not even close to being told." The revelation from this unnamed executive dropped like a bomb on the internet. The speculation immediately went into overdrive. Who is the mystery figure pulling the strings? And why had this major executive spoken out in such a mysterious way? But the story didn't end there. As the public debate raged on, an anonymous insider from Juelz's team began leaking more details. According to the insider, the mystery figure Kimbella had alluded to was someone very powerful in the music industry, someone with the ability to influence major decisions. This person was allegedly tied to both Juelz's career and Kimbella's own rise in the industry. Leaked text messages revealed that Juelz had been intentionally kept in the dark by this person about Kimbella's true feelings. The messages indicated that this person had even encouraged Juelz to keep Kimbella on edge emotionally, ensuring she would never fully trust him. The public couldn't get enough of this latest information. Some fans began theorizing that the entire drama had been engineered by someone looking to break up Kimbella and Juelz to capitalize on the fallout. This only deepened the mystery. Who could have the power to manipulate two of the biggest names in the entertainment industry in such a way? As the debate continued, social media took on a life of its own. Videos began to emerge with reactions from fans and influencers, all weighing in on the situation. Some were sympathetic to Kimbella's pain, while others felt that Juelz had been the one who got the short end of the stick. The hashtag #RBY, who is the mystery figure, trended worldwide for days, with fans speculating wild theories. Some people even went so far as to suggest that this wasn't just about a love triangle at all. What if Kimbella and Juelz were being used in a much bigger scheme? What if this whole thing was an elaborate setup for some massive industry power play that no one could yet fully comprehend? Kimbella's name was everywhere. Talk shows covered the story non-stop. Some hosts sympathized with her, calling her a woman who had been wronged by a disloyal man and a toxic industry. Others questioned whether Kimbella was just seeking attention, turning a simple relationship issue into something larger than life. As the days passed, Kimbella began to speak more about her future plans. She hinted at a tell-all documentary that would expose everything, including the industry secrets she had just uncovered. The buzz around the documentary only made people more intrigued. Could she really be about to blow the lid off something that would change the entire music industry? Her statement sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, but the question on everyone's mind remained. How much of the truth are we really seeing? With the industry divided, the public in a frenzy, and Kimbella making cryptic promises about what's to come, one thing is for sure: this scandal is far from over. The drama isn't just about a breakup or a betrayal. It's about the power players behind the scenes, the manipulations they've orchestrated, and how much the public really knows about the true nature of the entertainment business. Just when it seemed like the dust had begun to settle and Kimbella was beginning to regain control of the narrative, another twist came out of nowhere that no one saw coming. If you thought the conspiracy surrounding her relationship with Juelz was already a big deal, hold on tight because this is where it gets crazy. In the final moments of Kimbella's latest social media update, something shocking happened. Something that would change everything. Kimbella posted a cryptic message late at night, just hours after her promise of a tell-all documentary. Her followers were on edge, eagerly awaiting the next bombshell. What she posted was not what anyone expected. A short video, just 30 seconds long, appeared on her Instagram. At first, it looked like just another emotional rant. Kimbella was sitting in her car, her eyes red from crying. But then, she did something no one expected. She pulled out a phone, but this wasn't just any phone. It was Juelz's phone, the same phone he had been carrying with him throughout their relationship. Kimbella's hands were shaking as she held it up to the camera. "I have something I need to show you," Kimbella whispered, barely audible. "You've been lied to this whole time. I didn't want to do this, but I have no choice now. I'm not the only one they've been lying to." The camera zoomed in on the phone's screen, and what it revealed would have fans screaming. On the phone's home screen, a message popped up, and Kimbella's voice trembled as she read it aloud. "You know what to do. Make sure Kimbella doesn't get too close to the truth. We need to keep her quiet." The message was from someone who wasn't Juelz. It wasn't even from someone Kimbella had suspected. It was from another A-list celebrity, a household name, someone who had befriended Kimbella. In the past, the revelation was nothing short of devastating. The person who had been manipulating her all this time, the person who had been pulling the strings from behind the scenes, wasn't just any nameless figure. No, it was someone Kimbella had trusted, someone who had been smiling in her face while secretly plotting her downfall. The room exploded with disbelief. Fans went wild as they tried to piece together the puzzle. Who could this celebrity be? What was their involvement in all of this? How deep did this conspiracy go? Kimbella couldn't keep it together. She dropped her head into her hands and sobbed, her voice barely a whisper as she continued. "I've been manipulated by the person I thought I could trust the most. They've been in on this the entire time, and I'm just now finding out." She spoke. The screen flashed a second message, this one even more chilling than the first. This time it was clear. Someone had been controlling the narrative, using Juelz and Kimbella as mere pawns in a game they couldn't even begin to understand. "This isn't just about Juelz," she said, her eyes wide with shock. "This is about something bigger, and I'm not the only one who's been played." The phone buzzed again. Kimbella hesitated before taking the call. Fans could barely hear what was being said, but the deep voice on the other end was unmistakable.
"I told you to stay quiet, Kimbella. You're making a big mistake." The voice was familiar, but just barely audible, enough to make fans frantically speculate. That voice, could it have been the celebrity Kimbella had trusted? Could it be someone whose name would shatter the entire entertainment industry if it were revealed? The video ended abruptly. Kimbella deleted the post within seconds, but not before the internet exploded once again. Fans scrambled to save the video, reposting and speculating wildly. Theories ran rampant. Could it be someone like Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, or maybe someone even more shocking? The video left more questions than answers. As the comments flooded in, Kimbella's followers couldn't help but wonder, was this the final straw in an explosive chain of events? Had Kimbella just uncovered the ultimate secret? This new twist made everything more dangerous than ever. Meanwhile, Juelz' social media went silent, and his team quickly began issuing statements claiming that Kimbella had been manipulated by outside forces and that they were doing everything they could to clear the air. But fans weren't buying it. The accusations against Juelz now seemed deeper than ever. And the mystery celebrity behind the scenes, they were not off the hook. They were just getting started. The fallout from Kimbella's latest bombshell is only beginning. Fans are demanding answers, and the industry is about to be shaken to its core. Who is the celebrity pulling the strings? Is Kimbella's entire life and career just part of a larger scheme that's about to explode in ways no one can anticipate? The truth is closer than ever. But will Kimbella be able to expose it all before it's too late? Are you shocked by what Kimbella just revealed? What do you think of the mystery celebrity behind this massive plot? Who do you think is trying to ruin Kimbella's life and why? Drop your thoughts below. Do you think Kimbella is finally ready to expose the truth, or is there still more to come? Let us know your theories, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to stay up to date on all the drama. Stay tuned, the next update is coming soon, and you won't want to miss. What happens next? This story is far from over.